about the amount of money that goes into the post office, and over budget pretty much all the time. Is there efficiencies that could, I'm sure that machine sorting must have helped a lot. But
It has.
I never met a mailman that didn't work hard.
You haven't met some of my carriers.
Ah. There you go. Yeah, but they do get their job done.
They
Right.
get their job done.
And I think they still sort in the main office, don't they? They still put the letters and stuff in cubbies or little boxes.
They're most 95% of the letters, 98% of the letters are already machine sorted in delivery order.
Gotcha.
There are stragglers, and then the magazines,
Yeah.
and the larger flat envelopes. Those still have to be cased.
I live in Timber Greens, and I often will see the postman before he starts down our streets doing what looks like sorting. That's probably magazines and advertisements. Would they do that on route? Or
No,
just
they're supposed to do it
in
in the office at their case.
maybe they're just moving boxes or
It's
something.
more than likely what he's doing is he's run out of letters in one tray, so he's bringing the other tray up.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Or he has a handful left, so he'll grab the next tray and stick the letters
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he sits there very long. We seem to be changing carriers on a frequent basis, but a lot more than seems like it used to be. Is that people moving around or leaving or getting different locations?
There are a number of possibilities. You could be on an auxiliary route that doesn't qualify for a full-time carrier.
Gotcha.
So in that case, we're just going to put whoever we have available on the route.
Yeah. Oh, we seem to get one that is every day, and then a year or two later, there's someone else that's there every day. Don't know what.
That's more likely that people are changing routes. Somebody retires and
There's a better route.
right, somebody else takes that route, and then his route is open.
Yep.
And it kind of trickles down.
Yep. So what are the most desirable routes? What kind of route is it that's most desirable?
It's going to actually depend on the carrier. I have one guy who just changed routes from a low volume route to a high volume route, and he wanted the high volume route because he was bored. He was getting done with his route too soon, and then he'd have to go out and help somebody, or
Oh, they're not allowed to go home when they're done, huh?
they are allowed to go home if they want to use their leave.
Well, yeah. No.
Their vacation.
So they have, is it an 8-hour shift?
Yes, it is.
And do they have to take a break during the day?
They do.
Do they record that somehow, or?
Yes.
Interesting.
They have scanners that have GPS in them,
Sure.
and there's a program that will monitor how long they're stationary, how long they're sitting in one spot.
Yep. Little Big Brothers.
Oh yeah.
This is a big brother to me, to tell you the truth. I'm not driving. But
Yep.
there's a camera there that's watching my eyes. My eyes have to be forward.
Okay.
Even if I'm looking at the screen for more than about 30 seconds, I think is about what it gives me. It will warn me, and if I don't heed the warning, it takes it out of full self-driving, and I have to drive myself the rest of
No.
that trip. Just that trip. But So it's making sure that I'm paying attention, and that's reasonable. I don't have a problem with that. But you got GPS and timers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And I assume you can, if you suspect someone is doing something, going someplace they shouldn't be going, you can check that out.
Yes, we can.
So when you say you have some drivers that are not the best, what kind of things do they do that is not good?
They take shortcuts. They, if they have a package that is a little too large for a mailbox, they'll still stick it in the mailbox so they don't have to walk to the door. Then the customer calls and complains, I can't get this thing out of my mailbox.
Yep.
Or they're not paying attention. They deliver mail for 1905 Darlington to 1905
Yep.
Birmingham.
Yep. Now, I've had packages, but they were Amazon packages delivered to the same street number, but on the next street over.
Right.
Pain in the neck. At least they take pictures now,
Yeah.
because we've had to go drive down the street and try and match the picture with the front entryway.
Yep.
But other than damaged mail, we really haven't had trouble with our mail person getting mail to us. At least as far as we know. We don't even get as much junk mail as we used to, I don't think.
It has kind of diminished.
Yep.
Internet has changed a lot of things.
Sure has. Think we may ever get to a place where it's less than, well, you say 7 days a week, but those are packages, to less days per, well, you said 5 days.
They had talked about it because of the diminishing
Yeah.
letter volume diminishing.
Seems like you could almost do 3 days a week or something.
Yeah.
That would be 3 days, and the other 3 days would be a different route. Because there's so little. And then people could still put a rush on a particular document if it had to get there that day.
Yep.
Pay extra money for it. Well, that would make sense. Would there be an objection by the post office workers? Something like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it would
Yeah.
lessen jobs, huh?
Exactly. That would mean eliminating jobs.
And you're unionized, I assume.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a very unpleasant experience with a union. We lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In fact, we had just moved there. And I lived out in the suburb and worked downtown Pittsburgh. And I don't know if you know what the downtown Pittsburgh looks like, but there's Three River Stadiums is because there's 2 rivers that come in and 1 river that goes out. And downtown Pittsburgh is kind of a little bit like Florida, only it's pointed at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And there was someone that decided to build or convert a train station into housing. And they were not using labor, unionized labor.
Oh.
So all the labor unions got together and decided to do a big strike to get back at this company. And I went to work that day because I'm coming from the suburb. I have to cross the roads that go up and down that triangle.
Yep.
To get into the city. And I got to where the strike workers were marching, and I thought most of the time they're going to let some strike workers go, and then they're going to let some cars go through, and then they're going to let some strike workers. Nope. In Pittsburgh, the police were part of the union too, so
Yep.
no one went through that march. Not a single car. It took me 5 hours to take a 45-minute drive.
Whoa.
I was not happy.
Nope.
And the worst part is, we found out that they had settled on Sunday and claimed that they could not stop the strike. The demonstration, I should
Yep.
say. So I kind of got disfavor
Yep.
with unions that don't act reasonably. And now I understand the dock workers are having a big fit about not salary as much as automation.
Yes. They don't want automation because automation will take jobs.
Exactly. Yep. I think the auto workers have similar kind of complaints, but not. I don't think they're quite as bad because in manufacturing, if you don't automate where you can, you're not going to be competitive.
Nope.
Think there'll be robots delivering the mail at some point? Not if the post office workers can help it.
That's right. It's entirely feasible.
Yeah.
When you look at our vehicles, you have to wonder how long are the robots going to last?
Mhm. I don't know where you would
Just
want me to go.
Go straight ahead,
Okay.
and I'll go in the side door here.
This is where I have to take over because
Right.
Tesla knows the address, but it doesn't know which door.
Right here's good.
Alrighty. That was an interesting conversation. That's part of the reason I'm retired. My wife is sleeping, and part of the reason that I drive is because I learned so much. Well, you have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.